Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Putraton and this is my colleague Marcio Ball, and we are both LLM students in the International Human Rights Law program in the University of Groningen, and we are just finally establishing our global scientific network on law and tobacco, funded by the University of Queensland, and we are both supervised by Professor Bridget Tobes. And this is the barcode to our LinkedIn page, and we are inviting you all to join our LinkedIn group.
So in establishing this network, we aim to connect professionals from a variety of fields and backgrounds who have a specific interest in tobacco regulation. The goal is to highlight opportunities for litigation. We have chosen to place focus on low and middle income countries, since this is where the tobacco industry has an especially significant influence, but at the same time regulation remains underdeveloped. We aim to build an active network, so this can take the form of active discussions and interactions on our LinkedIn page, which is where our activities take place. But at the same time, we hope that our network allows and facilitates communication amongst professionals in this field, both scholars, but also people who work in the field of tobacco control. We, in our network, aim to compile research. So Stephanie and I have been leading this so far, but of course we encourage the contribution of our members, and we hope to share relevant information about tobacco control and developments from around the globe. Our ultimate goal is to strengthen global knowledge about tobacco control, tobacco litigation, and human rights in tobacco control in order to ultimately offer our participating partners the tools required to advise their governments and to counter the tobacco industry.
And our work so far, we currently have 76 members in our LinkedIn page, and it keeps increasing day by day. And also more than 20 posts initiated by me and Marcio. And also we encourage our members, and some of them also share their knowledge, their information, what they know about tobacco control. And then also we presented and shared our network to the other scholars and professionals who are working in tobacco control projects in our university.
So here are a few examples of our posts and the content that we have been publishing on LinkedIn. We try to have a wide variety of content. So this includes research articles, but also newspaper articles, podcasts, blog posts, a variety of sources to enrich the knowledge on tobacco control. We post about developments nationally, so national measures that have been taken towards improving tobacco control, but often it is referred back to the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control and looking at these developments from an international perspective.
Moving forward, we are planning to expand our network, our members in our LinkedIn page, and also updating our website to make it a global scientific network, and then also link it in our LinkedIn group. And then also we are planning to connect our members to organize an online conference, and hopefully we could also organize an offline conference someday, and then also continue to sharing content, to share information, to share knowledge between the members of our network, and to make an impact on tobacco control.
Thank you very much for your attention. We welcome any feedback, and please let us know if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Now, I believe that we do.
Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie
Oh, how do I
Putraton, and this is my colleague Mark.
Stop
We need
sharing.
to- yeah.
Yes, I do believe that we have maybe all of the speakers online. So I'll just do an introduction to. Okay, so we had in the video. Is that working, or is it coming through? I'm getting. Sorry. Oh. Okay. So I'm getting feedback through. Is everyone else hearing that, or is it coming through okay?
I think people online need to mute themselves.
Yeah, can we try? Is everyone online able to mute?
What is it?
No, that one's muted. Apologies for that. Okay, so I just wanted to introduce the people from the network who were presenting there. So that was Stephanie Putri Hartono, who's received her bachelor's degree in law in Indonesia and is currently pursuing her LLM in international human rights law at the University of Groningen. Being born and raised in Indonesia has hugely incited her passion for human rights. Her main focus and interest is in the international health law and right to health area. We also had Marta Baal, who is a student from the Netherlands who grew up in Portugal. She has completed a bachelor's degree in international and European law and is currently completing a master's in international human rights law at the University of Groningen. And of course, we have Professor Bridget Tobes, who's Professor of Health Law in a Global Context, Scientific Director of Aletta Jacobs School of Public Health, and she is the Professor of Health Law in a global, sorry, I've just read that out again. Her research is embedded in the Groningen Centre for Health Law, which is at the intersection of health and law and human rights. In her role at the Aletta Jacobs School of Public Health, she frequently seeks the interaction with other disciplines and with societal partners. And she's co-editor of a new journal called Journal of Global Health Law. And in 2022, she was awarded the Legal Specialist Award by the Centre for International Sustainable Development Law. So I would like to just open the floor to people. If anyone has any questions about the network for Professor Tobes or Marta or Stephanie. Do you have any questions from the floor?
My question was whether you considered having the focus on all addictions or dangerous consumptions and not just tobacco. So why did you just choose tobacco?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me, Carol?
Yes.
It's lovely to be at your conference, and we all really regret not being able to be present where you are, because we would love to have more interaction with you. And for example, I really enjoyed also the previous presentation. So yeah, with this modest network that we are setting up, our global scientific network on law and tobacco, we participate in Coral's larger research project on tobacco. So that is why the focus is on tobacco. And the emphasis in our network is very much on sharing knowledge and trying to foster communication, a conversation about the role of, for example, human rights in tobacco control, litigation, with the aim also of equipping our partners in low and middle income countries to counter the acts of the tobacco industry.
And do we have any other questions? Yes, got a question here.
Hi, congratulations on your initiative. I wonder, is it wise to be focusing on low and middle income countries because the likely resources available to support any litigation, particularly, are likely to be far less than would be found in a higher income country, and it is certain that the tobacco industry will be able to marshal resources to go wherever the litigation is. So I just invite your thoughts on that.
Thank you. We take this on board. By the way, we welcome any feedback that you have, because of course we are really searching here on what is the best way forward. The focus on low middle income countries comes out of a deep concern about the fact that the tobacco industry is moving its markets, it's opening new markets in low middle income countries, and we are deeply concerned also about the human rights violations that will be taking place there. We see that as very serious human rights violations of the right to health. That is also our lens. But I think I take on board what you say. We could frame it more broadly and not necessarily have that focus. We very much welcome the input of all of you just it would be lovely if you could join the network and share the things that you would like to share, your experience. So yes, thank you.
With any other questions? So again, this network is not just for lawyers. I believe that anyone can join who has an interest or.
Absolutely, yes. It's about, of course, that's another important remark, that maybe you think it's too legally framed. And the other question that I have at the moment is, so we have this LinkedIn page that might be a bit narrow because not everyone is on LinkedIn. We're also focusing on a web page, but that's very, not flexible. So if you have other suggestions for how to make this work, then we very much welcome that. But that can also be done at a later stage, of course, or you can always contact us through one of our email addresses. And I would also like to introduce Monique Kouwenberg, a junior researcher who will be starting as from September onwards on this network. So for now, it's Maartje and Stefanie working on this, and then in September it will be Monique.
Monique, did you want to say hello? I can see
Hi,
you there.
everyone. Yeah, thanks for inviting me along. It was great to see the current work that's been happening and where the project is at the moment. So looking forward to carrying it on from September onwards.
Right. Okay.
And as you may have heard, Monique is from Australia, partly. So that's a
Yeah,
nice.
Dutch Australian, combining the link.
Excellent. It's a familiar accent we heard there. Okay, so if there are no other questions, oh, we do have another question here. Excellent. So just bring the microphone down.
Thanks very much. I'm just wondering whether you have connections already with the McCabe Centre for Law and Cancer that have been working tobacco control policy development and advice for many low and middle income countries. Have done many training programs in various countries to prepare countries for plain packaging, for example.
I know their center. I know they do excellent work. I have some contacts there with Susanne Su, for example. It's a good idea to reach out to them. So I will do that. Yeah.
Okay. And another question up the back.
Yeah, there are also other centers there that do sort of human rights law and as far as relates to tobacco control. There are also a number of places that are, I'm thinking about Northeastern University, Mark Godley, and so on, who's done work on the international scene and in tobacco control from a legal perspective. Dick Daynard was also there. I think Dick's retired. So there are a whole bunch of really interesting contacts. Of course, Chris Bostic at ASH.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. That's another good one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we'll wrap up there. So thanks so much for joining. I know that it's quite early in the morning for those who are joining online from the Netherlands. So again, thank you so much, and just show our appreciation to joining. Thank you.